Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison. I hope you had a good weekend, wherever you were doing. I've been in the kitchen all weekend, literally in the kitchen all weekend, laying, flooring. It'd probably taken a floor kind of layer to do it in probably about 8 hours. It took me 24 hours solid work. It was 12 hours on Saturday and 12 hours yesterday, and some on Friday as well. But it's done. It's done. That's one job off the list. So that's what I was doing with the weekend. My wife was away. She just came back yesterday night or yesterday evening. I was trying to get the kitchen done before she came, or the kitchen flooring done before she came in. So nearly there. So that's what I've been doing my weekend anyway. Who cares? You don't care anyway. Yeah, hope you had a good weekend as well. Okay, I'm just going to see if we're live or not, and just see what's happening. Before we go on, if you can hit that like button, this really does help the channel. I'm going to make a concerted effort to try and grow the channel as well. I've not really been doing anything, but I want to kind of actively try and grow it. So I'm looking at strategies to do that as well, and get more people in and just share the crypto love, what's going on just now. So if you can hit the like button and subscribe as well. Also, if you could join a Telegram group. We're going to be launching the premium group probably in about 5 to 6 weeks time. I'll give you more details on that. And a lot of people have been asking, I've been getting emails and I've been getting kind of messages in the pre-group as well. So we are going to launch the premium group. I'm going to get a page together for a waiting list, but you can join the waiting list just now. But the best thing to do is go into a Telegram group, and I can let you know all the details there as well. And plus you'll get an early bird discount if you join the free group as well. Okay, we will jump in, see who is in, if we've got anybody in at all. Don't know if anybody's here. Yes, there are a few people here. So just jump over to the chat. B is in, bonjour. Jean is in the house, Gareth Mabet, John Russell, Stephen King, Mervyn Skidmore, Honest Crypto Journey. I was just chatting to Honest Crypto Journey. Thought, shit, I'm going live. I didn't realise I was kind of going. It was that time. Andreas is in the house, Danny Phoenix, Natasha Sakamoto, Mark Pawn is in, Rob Fiddler, Gino Dow, David Claydon, Marcus Jafari, Pascal Amsterdam, Scott Gregory, the Hawthorns, Axel Mitch Dieter, Rob UK, one of our brown admins is in the house. Welcome to you, Rob. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully we're going to be meeting up. The admins are going to be meeting up soon, hopefully, which will be fantastic. We're trying to get that organised just now, and then we'll organise, hopefully, a bigger meetup some other time. Ajmal is in the house, Bernard Ronald, King 1969, Gordy Boy is with us as well. I'll just see any quick comments. Good morning, Stephen, CYT-Crypto crew. Good. Smash the likes. Mates was under threat of his wife. He didn't put some floor in the bathroom. He cut the carpet out from under the bed and fitted that. Barbara Taylor is in. Crypto Don Juan has joined us. Good to see you, buddy. JC Stander, Scott Greenplate. Good morning, Stephen, everyone. Okay, it's been some weekend for crypto. So we'll be looking at the markets just now. We'll just dive over and see what's happening. We'll refresh this. And we have an overall market capitalization of 325 billion. It's not quite there just now, but it was there and is there, or just getting there again, touching it again. So 325 billion, not seen that since June 2018, so exactly a year ago. We've not seen that kind of price, so it's coming back up, it's getting there. And Bitcoin dominance, 59.1%, it's up a few percentage points, which is amazing to see that as well. So a lot of people getting out of the alts, but I made a video at the weekend as well. When I was taking a break, I made a video at the weekend about how the alts are going to be coming back and how it's going to happen with the Bitcoin price rising. So I can explain that in a wee second. The reason I didn't release the video is because there was no sound on it. For some reason, when I recorded it, the sound didn't record. So I didn't put that video out at the weekend. But I would have done that. And just after I'd done that, that's when the alts started coming back, and we've seen the alts kind of jumping up big time. So I'll explain that a wee bit more. Okay, Lambda is up 56%, back in the top 100. Hedge Trade, 16.8%. Eternity, Nebulous, Educare, Dent Energy, Crypto.com, Decred, Tron. Tron is moving up. Having a wee bit of a kickstart for Tron as well. And who's in the green? What percentage? We've got about 30% in the green, 70% in the red. Insight Chain down 24, MadeSafe Coin, Nash Exchange, Komodo, Redcoin, Verge, Bytum, Digibyte, Cosmos, Nano, all down as well in the red. Not by that much apart from Insight Chain and MadeSafe. So it's looking good, it's looking okay just now. But Bitcoin did, obviously the price did go down, kind of jump back up again. So it's shown strength as Bitcoin. It's shown some strength. I was going to talk about something else then, I can't quite remember what it was. And just making sure we're okay. Yeah. What was I going to talk about there? Damn it. Right, we'll just go on, it'll come back. I'll put it to the back shelf of my mind. It'll come back. Okay, so this is overall cryptocurrency space with trading over $100,000. There's now 2,278 cryptocurrencies listed on CoinMarketCap. So, of those ones, we've got Duo. I think this came up last month. Up 398% over the last 24 hours, up 75% over the last hour. Trading volume $847,000. Don't know what Duo is, but I'm sure we had a quick look at it the last month as well. Hero Coin is up 107% on 114,000. Beam is up 55% on 57 million volume. 57 million, unbelievable. 11 is up. I don't know if is that Chinese. 54.7% is up on 2.5 million volume. Lambda we've seen. Litex is up. Penta is up. I'm just going to see the smaller caps. Spider VPS 435,000. Chatcoin, STK. Right, so it's not that much kind of just now, obviously with the Bitcoin price going up. Have a quick look at crypto bubbles. This is over the last 24 hours. We've seen what's up, what's not. Lambda is up, Hedge Trade is up, obviously, but predominantly in the red. And this is a dollar value, remember, and it's still in the red just now because Bitcoin price is outpacing the alts. That's why it's still in the red there. On the hourly, how's it looking? Looking a little bit more greener. So they're also coming back up, and we've seen an alt kind of revival for about 12 hours or something yesterday. Seen that yesterday as well. So it's mostly kind of green just now, which indicates we could be turning around. So we'll just have a look at Bitcoin price, see what's happening here. So we've got a symmetrical triangle forming on the hourly here. This is a kind of support line. It's broken the support for the first time in a while. It broke support the other day and I changed the kind of trajectory. So I'm just going to leave it there just now, this support line. This is the big purple line here. This was the latest one that came on the 20th of June. And because it's such a parabolic and a steep rise, a steep support, indicated the price was going to go to $20,000 by the end of, or beginning of June, sorry. I'll put that back on auto. And we'll take it off auto and go up. Beginning of July, yes, beginning of July. So we're talking within a space of 7 to 10 days that should hit 20,000 on its current trajectory at the moment. So we'll go down to the 1 hour again. So you can see this symmetrical triangle. Now, obviously we spoke about triangles quite a lot, descending triangles, ascending triangles, and a symmetrical triangle. Now, if we're going up the way just now, so kind of just remember the phrase, the trend is your friend. When you've got triangles as well, and a symmetrical triangle, usually it'll keep on going up in the direction. It should, hopefully if it breaks out here, it should go up in the direction of the trend. So we'll see what happens here with this kind of symmetrical triangle. And this is on the hourly. As I said, we'll just make that symmetrical. Totally. Yeah, this is on the hourly. So we've got 10,737. This time last month, even just imagining that was going to be the price would have been unheard of. And we just wouldn't have believed that. But I did keep on saying, I'm not saying, oh, I'm right, I told you so, blah, blah, blah. But I did keep on saying it's going to go to 11,000. It might even surpass the $11,000 mark and go and just keep going. Just keep going there. I don't think as parabolic as it has done or as steep a support as it has been getting. As you can see, I've changed this support a number of times now. But this is the institutional investors coming in. I don't think it's the retail investors in yet. I really don't. I think this is the institutional investors that are doing this. But time will tell. Time will tell. We have to remember that Bitcoin is getting scarcer and scarcer. It's not like gold, it's not like silver, because with regards to gold, which is a $7 trillion market with regards to gold, they might find another reserve of gold in another mine in South Africa or wherever in the world. They might find another mine which will dilute the kind of amount of gold that's in there. Nobody knows how much gold there is in the world just now. We know how much Bitcoin there is, and we know it's only getting scarcer, and there's going to be institutions that are holding Bitcoin just now in order to do their kind of trading, in order to do for their hedge funds, in order to do whatever for the clients, and just keep it for the clients as well. So imagine just now, if you are a multi-billion-dollar company, and if you had the kind of wherewithal to do this, you could start, or you could have started collecting Bitcoin at $3,000 and just keep on collecting, even at this price, keep on collecting. And then if you're selling to your clients, if you've kind of a hedge fund or whatever, you're selling to your clients or you're doing whatever, imagine the price of Bitcoin is $20,000 and you've already collected it. You've got a store, you've collected it at $3,000, but you're selling to your clients at $20,000. They're still making money if it goes up to $25,000, but you're making six times that. That's what investors are doing. That's what the institutions are doing as well. They're starting to hold and collect and accumulate Bitcoin just now. So more and more is coming out of the marketplace. So it's getting scarcer and scarcer. And then by the end of 2040, we're only going to have 21 million Bitcoin. We'll have to remember this. And this is why it's going to go up. So we shouldn't get that fear. If you fundamentally believe that Bitcoin is going to be here in 10, 20 years time, then you just start buying Bitcoin just now. That's what you would do. And this, and your other ones as well. Likes of Cardano. Is Cardano going to be here in 5, 10 years time? Yes, I totally believe it is going to be. Is Ethereum? Yes, it is going to be. Is XRP? Totally, it's going to be there. So it's not only Bitcoin, because you could argue the question, well, why don't I just buy Bitcoin and just keep on buying Bitcoin? And that's it. Don't trade anything else. Then you become a Bitcoin maximalist. Although a Bitcoin maximalist would just keep on talking about it like Tone Bays or whatever. But you can be get into kind of XRP or Cardano, whatever you believe in, you truly believe in, it's going to be here in 5, 10 years. So other ones, you have to ask the question, is it going to be here in 5, 10 years? And if you have any doubts whatsoever, then you're not really going to start accumulating more of that coin. It might be good as a short-term trade or a short-term investment. And that was a question I wished I'd asked with some of the companies I'd kind of invested in. But ask yourself that question. Whatever coins you're invested in just now or you're trading just now, ask yourself, is this going to be around in 5 or 10 years time? Obviously we don't know. We don't know if Bitcoin's going to be here in 5, 10 years time. But if there's a strong possibility there is, I don't think Bitcoin is going to go away. It's not going to go away. It's too entrenched just now. Or it's too entrenched now for it to go away. So it's never going to go away. And it's only going to get better as well and more scarcer. So is XRP going to be here? That's too entrenched as well. There's too many institutions using this just now. Too many banks, too many institutions, too many people can invest in it. It's not going to go away. Cardano, the same again with that. Even though they've not got everything, their ducks lined in a row yet, they're getting there. They're getting there. And other ones as well. So that's kind of Ethereum. That's kind of questions we have to ask ourselves as well. That's just my thoughts though. Just my opinion. XRP. 4,281 just now. Now with XRP, I was speaking to a Brown response by Kim, one of our Brown admins this morning, to somebody that was thinking just the alts, everything they do is just, it seems to go against them. It's happening in the marketplace just now. We've all been there. And if you're in that kind of space just now, you're just thinking everything I buy just now it just keeps on going down. We've all been there. Certainly in 2018. If you think what's happened in 2018, beginning of 2000 onwards, we've all been there if you've been in this space kind of long enough. So what's going to happen with the alts? Is Altseason going to come back? Yes, the Altseason is going to come back. What you're going to get with this, wee itchy eye. Oh, it's great when you get an itchy eye and you scratch it. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so what you're going to get with this, you're going to get step ups. I've been talking about this before as well. You're going to get plateaus of Bitcoin. So we got a plateau at 9,000, between 9,000 and 9,500, and they all start going back up a wee bit. We got the same when it got to 10,000. When Bitcoin got to $10,000, although it did show up kind of very, very quickly from 10,000 to 11,000. So we've not really had that plateau yet. So what's going to happen now is we're going to plateau around about here, this level, between if it's between 10,500 and 11,000, it doesn't really matter as long as it starts going sideways and stabilizes. If Bitcoin goes sideways and stabilizes, you're going to get another run in the alts. We've seen a run in the alts yesterday on kind of Binance, certainly, and it's been same across the board as well, because Bitcoin was relatively stable. We'll just go to the 4 hourly. So we can see here, we've not got a channel as such. We've not got the trend line. We'll go to horizontal. So you can see here, we'll just get this green line. That should be in the horizontal one. And we'll make that green. Get rid of that and do another one. So this is on a 4 hour chart, so you can see here between 10,556 and 10,974. It was trading in that channel. Now we're not moving. There we go. So it's trading in that channel. It was relatively sideways. It was moving. It's just going kind of sideways, relatively speaking. So if we traded in this channel for the next, say, week or 2 weeks, then you're going to get a run in the alts. So this would be one of the plateaus I was talking about. So until the next step up or the next step down. So even if Bitcoin comes down in price, so if it comes down and hits, say, 9,600 again, but it stabilizes there, and then it stabilizes between 9,600 and say 10,000, then you're going to get another run in the alts. So just because the alts are going down just now, we're short-term thinking here. The alts are not going to keep on going down. And that's what I was saying about kind of XRP as well. Although XRP just keeps on going down, and looking at this from a trader's point of view, you just go, there's no way I'm jumping into XRP. Look at the chart for it. It's just a nightmare of a chart. But there's two ways of thinking about it here. You can think of it like a trader, and you can think of it like an investor. If you're investing in XRP, it doesn't matter what the price is. You're just accumulating. You're just looking at these prices and rubbing your hands together and just going, wow, this is amazing. Because you fundamentally believe in what is going on at XRP. From a TA point of view, is worse than useless. From a TA point of view, there's no point in even kind of looking at XRP just now on these charts. But from a fundamental point of view, which is stronger than TA in the long run, from a fundamental point of view, everything that's going on at XRP, then this is accumulation zone. You just rub your hands together and go, brilliant, everybody's selling, I'm buying. Fantastic. So that's thinking about it like an investor. If you're thinking about it like a trader, then you'd have got out a long time ago in XRP. You'd have just got out and just said, that's it. But think of it like an investor. And if you're just trading it and you've lost a lot of money on XRP, then, and I'm saying by a lot of money, I'm talking about 25%, 30, 40%, turn it into an investment. Don't hold it. Well, obviously do hold it, but turn it into an investment and just kind of hold it. It will come back up. And I'm talking about not just XRP, I'm talking about your other coins as well. But you have to fundamentally believe in the fundamentals of the coin for you to do that. If you're holding something like, I don't know, I'm not even going to give you an example. Say like a kind of shit coin, for example, and you just think, oh, this could have done really well. Or it might do really well and you're just trading it for the short term, but it's gone against you 25, 30%. Then I would say cut your losses and just get out. But not with a coin. If it was Litecoin, if it was Ethereum, if it's XRP, if it's EOS or something like that, I would say just hold it. This is turn it into an investment and hold it because it will come back. Again, that was what I was kind of looking to talk to you about as well. Okay, just go back to the chat. Who else is in? Ferris Alcacid is in. Gino Dow is in the house. I saw Bitcoin go nuts. Mark Pollen, B 325 billion. People are starting to notice. Ask about cryptocurrency. Yeah, G-Slick is in. Peter van der Wright, thank you very much for the donation. I got that this morning, Pete, and really appreciate that. Next, first time I've opened up my wallet in ages. I just kind of dusted it off yesterday, my Neon wallet, and it's looking good now. Actually, the updated version. I do like the Neon wallet. I think it's really slick. I think it's just a really good wallet, as wallets go. Mark Innes, hi Stephen, brilliant crew, exciting times ahead. Indeed, I was speaking to Mark this morning as well. Reverend Skidmore managed to catch the pump and dip for BTC gains. Excellent. So let's look at BTC if you're trading, from a trading point of view. So what you would do, because a coin like BTC is so volatile just now, you have to come right down. You could literally trade it on a 5-minute chart. So see here, we'll get rid of these lines just now. We can always put them back in later on. We'll get rid of these. So from a trading point of view, on the 5-minute chart, you could have got in on the 23rd of June, 10,631. And literally just on the 5-minute chart, which should be in and out of all the time normally, you could have had a 5% gain on Bitcoin if you got out at the top. Or if you got out from the cross down, you could have had a 3% gain. Now, if all you do is trade Bitcoin throughout the day, then you could make a lot of money with Bitcoin. You could lose a lot, obviously, as well, but not if you set your stop losses properly. So all you're doing, you're looking for the crossover and you're looking for the cross down. So you could get out at the top, say with a 5%, go in with it when you're trading, go in with the percentage that you're looking to take out. I'm not talking about margin trading, I'm just talking about normal trading. So you could have had 5% gain there, you'd have got out here, you could have had, kind of got back in here at 10,668, got out with a 1% gain if you got out near the top, it crossed down over here, but you could literally trade on just the 5 minutes, although I wouldn't kind of look at that, it's been literally in and out because it's been trading sideways. But when it's moving, it really is moving. You wouldn't have got out, you just stayed in. You could have got 13% gain there, and you got out at the top, not necessarily the top, just when it crossed back down over. So I'd probably look at the 15-minute chart to trade if you're going to trade Bitcoin. So you could have gone there, 10,665, that's a 5% gain. Got in this one, another crossover for a 20% gain. So there's lots of ways to kind of make money on Bitcoin. Obviously you can trade the altcoins, but Bitcoin itself you can trade as well. You could do margin trading as well. You could do margin trading. I wouldn't advise that unless you kind of really know what you're doing. And go just a small margin, like 5x, not like a 50x or 100x, which I tried before. And it was working so well and I should have got out, but kind of got liquidated with it. That was way back months ago. So yeah, you can still make money on Bitcoin itself. King 1969, Centrend launches and XRP price falls. Strange, is it manipulation? I don't know what's going on with the XRP price. I just know when it's going to go, it's going to blow, because there's so many, the fundamentals are so good. I fundamentally believe in kind of XRP, what they're doing, and how it's kind of scary when you think about how much it could rise. I'm not going to kind of band out any figures, but we could see easily getting its all-time high, quite easily. But yeah, Centrend is launched as well, and that's for the kind of Philippines. So it's just sending money, it's remittance money, you can send it very quickly, it's using XRP as well. And no doubt that's going to get bigger. So the more XRP that's getting used and the more institutions that are getting in, the more banks that are getting in, it's taking XRP out of circulation. Obviously they're putting into circulation as well, and they're bringing money back from escrow. But the more it's getting used, the better for XRP. And I'm just sticking with XRP. I was trading XRP, not trading it, but I was kind of in and out of it. And I was trading other coins as well, but I'm just going to leave it in XRP just now. So until I get any more money, I'm not going to be trading as such just now. I'll try and get another couple $1,000 together and start trading and just leave XRP where it is. Stephen, financing a project. I was wondering if you could have a look. Black Onion Network. You're financing a project. Do you mean you're putting money into it, or blackonion.network? The most secure, private, and anonymous token on the Tron network. Tor and a website. Dark web access, decentralizing the dark web. That's a new one. Interesting. Interesting. When you say you're kind of financing that, what do you mean, Gino? Be interesting to know. And Donny Don Matthew, morning Steve, late to show, not at all, mate. Good to have you here. Slim Shady, strange man, how XRP behaves. Let's wait till G20 thing over the weekend. Yeah, G20 are going to be discussing cryptos as well. B, click the little thumbs up. Oh, thank you very much, B. Crypto Knowledge Alliance, Jimbo is in the house, one of our brown admins and owner of his own channel, Crypto Knowledge Alliance. Go check that out as well. Just click on the name and you'll be able to find his channel. I'm going to be doing more videos soon, I think, Jimbo. Good to have you here. David Schwartz is in the house. Loyal Tanji. Ferris Alcacer, I dumped my big bag of nano. B, I'm going to be here in 10 years' time. Are you going to be here in 10 years' time? Yeah. You never know, you might not be here tomorrow. Crypto bubbles, SAP prices coming soon. Excellent, good. Good. Because I'd like to look at the SAP prices and crypto bubbles instead of just the dollar values. That'd be much more useful. What do you think of HOT? I really like HOT. HOT, I take it's HOT you're talking about, not the other one. Yeah, really like that for the long term. We'll have a wee look at just what's happening with some of the charts. If you want me to have a look at a chart quickly, just let me know. So HOT. Oh, it's Hollow Chain, we'll go on there. Hollow. No, go, man. Right, so that's a 50-minute. You wouldn't look at it on the 50-minute. We'll go to the 4 hours. So chart-wise, from a charting point of view, no, it's no good. At the moment, 26. Okay, so this is one of the coins I was talking about, like XRP. So Hollow Chain, if you fundamentally believe in what they're doing and you think this is going to be huge, and you just, it's just kind of selling just now because of lots of different market conditions. Obviously, Bitcoin price going up. There's going to be a lot of alts selling. And what's going to happen with a lot of alts, they're just going to get forgotten about, and people are going to sell them and go into Bitcoin and just forget all about them. It might be happening with HOT, it might be happening with a lot of others as well. So if you fundamentally believe in it and thinking this is doing good things, and they're bringing out and they're kind of releasing and they're sticking to their time frames for getting things done as well, and it's got a good team, then this is one you would just say, okay, I'm just going to accumulate this because this could go big time as well. And think Hollow could be one of them. Hollow Chain could definitely be one of them. So 17 Satoshi just now. What's its low? Recent low is 11 Satoshi. It's had an all-time low of 7 Satoshi. So if you think 17 to its all-time high, and it reached its all-time high this year. So it's not as if it got to its all-time high way back in the heyday, but it got to its all-time high this year in January. So I think you could easily get up to that. So you're talking about 200% increase for that as well. Yeah, but I do like HOT. Imran, hey Steve, tip for you. I'd look at Reserve or RSR. It's been backed by Coinbase Ventures and PayPal, plus some of the biggest names. Yeah, RSR, we've been talking about that last month as well. So we did look at that, RSR. I wonder how it's doing just now, actually. Yeah, we did look at that, Imran. A lot of people were talking about that. So it was down at 28 Satoshi. It's down 27 Satoshi just now, but obviously the dollar value has gone up. So it's this kind of orange line we're looking at. 45 Satoshi. and it got down to 23. Is it 27 just now? Yeah, so reserve rights, a lot of people were talking about that, obviously with what's happening, and these are the ones that are going to be up and coming as well, the likes of RSR. Once the market kind of stabilizes, or Bitcoin stabilizes, not the market, once Bitcoin stabilizes, people are going to start looking for other alts to get into. And because we have a very short kind of memory span, we forget about the likes of these. We get out of them, go into Bitcoin, say, oh, I need to get back into it once Bitcoin kind of stabilizes. A lot of people are going to forget about it. It's going to go down a wee bit in Satoshi value, and that's when people are going to start remembering it again, and it'll come back. But that'll happen with the newer ones. A lot of the older ones, they're like 2, 3, 4 years old, are going to be forgotten about completely, I think. And I think that's what's going to happen. It's only with the newer ones, the sexier ones, I would say, that are going to kind of come back up. Not only, but because you're still going to get the traders that are just kind of dumping them as well. And not that I recommend kind of looking at for that. Well, Tangitron already performs thousands of transactions per second. HAI, Bitcoin Fly. Go to RSR, check the volume, plus go to the website, go down to the bottom, see stellar investors including. Yeah, I've seen that because I've seen it on Crunchbase as well. So if you go to Crunchbase, I like to check Crunchbase to see with the investors where they're investing as well. Crunchbase is a good one. I don't know if you've seen Crunchbase. I've showed it a couple of times now, but it's really, really useful if you're doing research. So companies, I'm going to see the ones I've got my lists. Right, where did I add them? Just going to see if I had a list somewhere. Not my company. So if we go to the likes of Y Combinator, and we'll see the investments it's made, then we can find out some. In fact, we'll go to reserve rights. We're talking about it. Is that the one? No, it's not that one. I'll just see if we can find it here. Right, one wee sec. It's there somewhere, just bear with me. Second. Nope. Website, RSR. It is reserve. No, can't find it, but I'm sure it was on there. Reserve. Restaurant tech, it wasn't that. I'm sure it showed, it is reserve.org, so is that the right one? But it's not showing who is invested in it. And it did before. I wonder why it's not shown now. So yeah, so Crunchbase is good for checking out some kind of stuff. I'm just going to look at this while we're here. Thundercore, just see if it is investments. That's not showing the investments here. Who's invested in it? Right, this is investors, right. Right, so it usually shows there, but it's not showing just now. I don't know why. So Crunchbase is really good. Check out Crunchbase and you'll get to find out months before kind of everybody else starts talking about it, who. In fact, we'll go to Coinbase and see who they've invested in. We'll see Coinbase Ventures, investments. So Blockroot Labs, I kind of checked that out, and I don't see Forte, Ayrton, Dharma Labs, Stake.us, Cadence, Nomics, Flipside, Securitize. I know they've invested in more, 01 Labs as well. So you can see how much they've invested in, but you can dig much deeper. And I think it might actually be worth going for Pro if you're doing a lot of research. Anyway, that was kind of totally went off on a tangent there. Honest Crypto Journey made a nice 10% scalp in BTC USD over the whole day, in and out yesterday and got out the price drop. Was that Renko again? to keep my gains? Was that using Renko or were you using just normal? Scottish Bull is in the house. Let's show that XRP. Yes, if you think that's shilling, it's just my honest opinion. But if you call that shilling, then it is shilling. Obviously, what you believe is true. Gino Dow put money into it. Stephen Seathouse, good morning to you. Thanks, mate. I will be live at 6 PM BST today if you fancy stopping in. Excellent. I think that's the thing, Jimbo, is just, and this is just a piece of advice, and you'll know this already, but it's just having a set schedule. If you have a set schedule, people know when you're going to go live. Like every morning, they know I'm going to be here between 8:30 and 9:30, kind of my time, BST. So yeah, if you have a schedule as well, so if you say, okay, I'm going to go live every Monday at 6 PM, then I would know to kind of, and people kind of, they actually rearrange the schedule around when you're going live, if they like you, of course. And obviously I would, because I do like you, of course. Ajmal, will Tron ever reach $1? Yeah, it could do. RSR have a former SEC exec, yep. 0x chart, we kind of looked at that the other day, didn't we? So ZRX, oh that's Huobi. ZRX, BTC. So on the daily, not good. 4 hourly, not good. 1 hourly, not good. Not good at the moment. However, having said that, the good thing is that it's the lowest it's been since December 2017. Now, that could be for a number of reasons. When you see this and you kind of look at this and go, oh, this is fantastic, I'm going to get in, I'm going to start accumulating, this is a brilliant price. But this is when you have to say, well, why? Why is it this low? Is it because of Bitcoin price going up so much? Or is there some fundamental news or fundamentals that are kind of keeping it at this price just now? So you have to look at the news, you have to look at the team again, you have to revisit it like a brand new kind of investment, or when you're kind of first researching it, and don't kind of rest on what you've researched before. Find out what's happening just now, because a lot of the time something has changed. There's a new leader there, there's a new CEO, there's something different that's kind of contributed to the price being so low. So you have to ask that question as well. So go in with fresh eyes and just say, okay, what's happening just now? Why is it this price? At the moment, it doesn't look good in any of the charts for trading, but you could say that with a lot of the projects out there just now. XRP is one of them. That's why you have to go in with fresh eyes, or try and go in with fresh eyes. Well, Tanjaj, alright, Mike Smith. Hello from Bath City, Mike Smith. Rowan Rocker. If there's so much going on with XRP, why isn't it moving a bit? Bitcoin is even outperforming it, for God's sake. Just waiting for future dreams isn't enough for me. I want to see some kind of movement. And that's the thing. That's the thing. If you, obviously then you're trading kind of XRP, and I'm trading it as well. I'm trading and investing, although I've got the trading kind of money in just the investment part of it. So you're thinking like a trader. That's what we're talking about. Thinking like a trader, thinking like an investor. An investor, he doesn't look at the day-to-day charts. An investor, she won't kind of look at it every single minute of the day and thinking, is it going up another couple of Satoshi? Is it going down a couple of Satoshi? That is a trader. That's a trading mentality. If you're investing and you're willing to invest, an investor can be for 4 weeks, an investor could be for 4 years. It just depends. So if you're investing more, think of it like an investor and just say, okay, it doesn't matter the day-to-day price. If you believe in the fundamentals, doesn't really matter at all. You just know the news is getting better and better and better every time the news is getting released. Brad Garlinghouse, brilliant leader as well for XRP. Ripple as well. I think he's a brilliant leader. I think he comes across really well. He's really comfortable in front of the camera when he's being interviewed as well. You can't say that about a lot of the CEOs of the kind of projects out there. In fact, some of them wouldn't even get on kind of TV. And that's what you have to look at as well. You have to look at the leaders, you have to look at the fundamentals, you have to look at the team. So if you believe in XRP, if you kind of believe in it and you just say it's going to go up eventually, it doesn't really matter when, but it will eventually, then that's brilliant. Then you're an investor. If you're kind of a trader, you've got the trading mentality and just say, well, it's not going up, what's the point? And kind of getting into it, then that's a trading kind of mentality. Then the best thing to do is just get out and just start trading. And then when you see some movement and you look at the TA, the charts, that's when to get into XRP. When you see the TA, the technical analysis of it, and look at the chart from a charting point of view, that's when you say. But for me, with XRP going down, it's more to accumulate. It's a better price to accumulate. Imran Chowdhury had it there. Well, yeah, that's when I was looking at Crunchbase. Zil views and BTT, please, Gene. Zil, okay, what's happening, Zil? It'll be like, I would imagine it'll be like a lot of the other ones. Well, that was a weekly. We'll go to daily. Not good in a daily. 4 hourly, not good. And not even good on the hourly. So crossed down on the hourly, 272. It's still down. It's not looking good just now, just like a lot of the other ones. Again, this is one of the ones you have to look at as from a fundamental point of view. And look at this as possibly an accumulation zone with the Bitcoin price being so high. And a lot of the projects out there, a lot of the coins out there just now. I see what we do, we think about this and we think about it from the point of view, this is never going to go back up, it's never going to go up. And this is a time not to start buying or to start trading, but for your particular project that you really like the look of. You've done the analysis, you've done the fundamental kind of research, you've done the team research, you've done everything, right? And you really believe in it, then this is the time to start buying that particular coin. And Zilliqa could be one of those. BTT. From daily. So what did before? 9 is their all-time low. 9 Satoshi is their all-time low. So this is close to its all-time low. It's only 33% of its all-time low at 12.13. And all-time high, kind of on close, is 30. So you've got a 2x. So the risk to reward ratio is really good here. Reginald Bowler, good morning. Don't get to listen live, but always learn something. And Pundy X, do you have an opinion for 2019? Yes, good to see you here, Reginald. But Pundy X for 2019, I do think, in fact, we'll go to... I'll just go to prices, Pundy X. So I have to look at the order books just now. Between 8 and 9 Satoshi. So 3 billion or nearly 4 billion to sell at 8 Satoshi, to buy 8 Satoshi, and nearly 3 billion to sell at 9 Satoshi. So this number is getting higher. So it could go to 7, 8 Satoshi here. But for 2019, I think this is 100%er or 200%er, and when it goes again, it's going to go. But from a fundamental point of view, I think it's really good fundamentally, and I just honestly cannot understand why the price has gone down so much. I know there's a whale in the market that's got roughly about 1.2 billion coins, and they just buy up and sell. They're not even a good whale, to be honest, whoever the hell it is. And I don't know if it's market makers, I don't think it is. But what they're doing is they're buying chunks of 60 million, 50 million, 70 million, 80 million, and then they're selling the same amount for the same price. I don't really understand it, to be honest, of what they're trying to do there. But there is a whale in the market. There might be a couple of them, but there's a whale in there somewhere. And they're buying up big chunks, but they do it all at the same time. So they buy like 1.2 billion tokens within a space of like 10 minutes or something. And you just go, what the hell? And then they sell it all again the same day, 1.2 billion tokens for the same price. So they're buying at 9 Satoshi, get out at 9 Satoshi, kind of pushes the price down, obviously. So I don't know what they're trying to do, but it's not working. So yeah, the fundamentals are really good, and this is one of the ones, much like XRP as well, fundamentals are brilliant, but the price just keeps on kind of going down, or doesn't really move at all. It's just like watching paint dry, as we've said before. But all-time low 7 Satoshi, so yeah, but for 2019 I think it's going to be much higher than it is just now. Probably see up at these levels, up at the 20, in the 20s, late 20s. But just my opinion, obviously do your own research and all that. There's some news as well, what I was looking at. Google data suggests new Bitcoin moon. As well, this is from bitcoinnews.com. As reported by bitcoinnews.com earlier, global online search interest for Bitcoin has been rising incrementally since the turn of the year. But now, with Bitcoin peaking to hit consecutive new heights this year, Google Trends data is suggesting that a new phase of Bitcoin to the moon could be in the sights. So Bitcoin has already set a milestone back in May when it hit its highest interest levels on Google since February 2018, when Bitcoin's year-long decline began. By June, even with the price flagging, the world's most popular crypto had even become more popular than President Trump and the Kardashians. Some say this popularity is what prompted Google to tweak its search engine algorithm, causing Bitcoin media sites like CCN to announce their shutdown, although that was premature. But now the same CCN is saying that with Bitcoin interest rated at 12 out of possible 100, the level of retail interest today is a far cry from 100, rating it achieved in 2017. So basically what they're saying here in this article is that it's institutions driving the Bitcoin price up. It's not even retail investors like you and I. We're considered retail investors, but it's institutions that's driving the price up to 11,000, where it is just now, or 10,500, between 10,500 and 11,000. So imagine what happened when the retail investors get in. So when the retail investors look at this again and they start to FOMO in, then this could, again, it's like a double whammy for Bitcoin. Bitcoin, when I talk about double whammies, Bitcoin can't really have a double whammy because it's all on Bitcoin. But can have a double whammy in that you've got retail investors and institutional investors. I think it's going to still go higher. Still think it's going to go higher than it is just now. We might get a bit of a pullback, which is natural. It has to happen, but we'll see. We'll see what happens there. So that's the article from bitcoinnews.com. And there was another one. Oh, this is for Ripple. Analysts believe Ripple XRP price may surge to 55 cents right before it screams up to $1. Once we get to the $1 mark, then that's when people start to say, ah, yeah, right, okay, Billy, Steve, I know what you're talking about now. So this is just kind of analysts. I'm not going to go through the article there. It's not that much kind of big news coming out. Obviously, the big news is for the Bitcoin price, and people still talking about Libra as well. What else is doing well on Binance? I'll just kind of zoom in on this. Eternity is up 12.7%. NAS, I recommended that yesterday. It's still going up again. So I recommended that in the premium group. I said yesterday, okay, I think this is going to go up. I was at 15,220. It was. And I said, listen, just ignore that last call because it was rising as I was kind of typing. So it literally rose about 3% as I was typing the kind of premium call. It takes about between 2 to 5 minutes just to get everything together to make the call. And it started rising. So I told everybody to ignore the call, which I shouldn't have, because it still kept on rising even above the 15,220. So it did get to as high, I'm just going to have to update that, 17,500. So NAS 15,220. So 15% rise there. And that's in this type of market as well. This is a kind of premium calls. So we've got an average gain just now. We need to check out the average gain. So it's, I need to update that actually, 47, because that won't be as high as that because of the Bitcoin price rising. Got an average gain of 15% or 14.64%. So obviously the last few calls here, because the Bitcoin price rose so high, we didn't expect that at all. And then a lot of these started coming down. But you can still make money, as I said, once Bitcoin stabilizes. So when Bitcoin stabilizes and goes up, you can make money. When Bitcoin goes down, you can still make money as well. You just got to kind of look out for the signals, and we'll do that in the premium group and show you how to do that in the premium group as well. So the premium group is opening at the end of July, so get that. By the way, I'm going to be working a lot on the launch of the kind of premium group as well, the relaunch of the premium group. So I won't be in the groups as much, but I'll still be there kind of throughout the day. But it's going to be a hard slog for the next 5 weeks or something, getting all that together. Being good on camera, not a guarantee of honesty. Of course, totally understand that. I'm just saying he's a good leader. He speaks well. He's and I was talking about because I'd seen somebody else, one of the other CEOs, and I just thought he looks like a Ned, to be honest, and sounds like a Ned just the way he was, just the way he came across. It didn't come across well at all. But Brad Garlinghouse different. It's just like kind of politicians, they come across good on camera as well, but they're all bloody corrupt. Not all of them, obviously, not every single one of them. But yeah, so you're totally right. It doesn't it doesn't correlate at all, but it does come across good as a good leader as well, and he's doing all the right things as well, the decisions he's making as well. Any way to tip you in BAT? I have some unwithdrawable BAT from a grant that will expire soon, Brundle 25. Yeah, there is. I've not actually checked that recently, Brundle 25, and thank you very much. There is a way to do it. How do we do that again? I'm just going to, because I would have to log in to File, Brave, Preferences. So Brave Rewards. Your ad earnings are available. So this is the ad earnings. So ad notifications received, 15 BAT. You can't do it directly as you browse. So I don't know how to get it. I think it's in the uphold claim. This is the bookmarks. No, I don't know where it is. But I will kind of put that in somewhere. I think I had it down below as well to tip it. I don't know if it's down below this video, to be honest. But thanks for thinking about me, Brundle 25. I'll just see if I can put that in the comments somewhere, if I can find that. Those people usually capture quick, then put back into the sales. I'm just going through. We're nearly finished here. Dent chart, please. Dent is looking at actually okay. It's been doing well over the last few days. Crossed over in the 4 hourly at 21, so that would signal a buy. For me, it's hitting this kind of line. It's been hitting this line for ages. This resistance line, long-term standing at 25 Satoshi, and then just kind of bouncing down. We can see this all the way along, all the way to kind of February here. This is on the 4 hourly. Hit that, goes down, hit it, goes down. So this is a big resistance line. So this could be a cup and handle as well. You can see this here, cup, handle, and we should hopefully break through there, or it should kind of break through there with the cup and handle formation. So we can see that quite clearly here. Cup, handle, all candles up there, and keep on going up. So yeah, it does look good, although we're hitting that resistance of 25 again. So we'll see what happens there. Thoughts on Cardano? Seems like they're ramping up into something big. Love Cardano. I think obviously the testnet's out for Shelley. They're going to be putting that live in about 3 or 4 months' time. I just think it's going to be big. I don't mind them plodding along with Cardano because they're just sticking to the timeline. They're just getting everything done in the background. So I don't mind it plodding along. Again, that's an investment. It's not a trade. Although there will be trading opportunities, it's more an investment, not a trade. Trading coin. Cheers, Stephen and Big. Thank you for all your hard work and effort. Thank you, Gene. My pleasure, mate. Donny Don. Steve, you should check out the interviews by Alex Mashinsky, CEO of Celsius and also inventor of VOIP. His mindset and ethos of Celsius instills confidence in the project. Excellent, will do. Celsius I looked at last year actually, and it was literally last year. I don't know why. I've never checked out recently. I'm sure you mentioned it last time as well, and Donny Don, but we'll check that out. The Revolutionists, Imran, I hold 95% Cardano for the long term. I think Cardano easily is a 10xer, literally. Even though it's kind of valued at kind of 2 billion just now, I think it is easily a 10xer and beyond. And beyond. Yeah, 2.5 billion. And that's going to seem like minuscule when it gets going. What's it been at before? 29 billion. So 10x just to get to its all-time high in Satoshi value. So price was at 7,743. Price is 8,901 just now. That's an 8xer there in Satoshi value. But in dollar value for the market cap, yeah, it's definitely a 10xer just to get to its all-time high and beyond there as well. Crypto Knowledge Alliance, Jimbo, do you not believe NPX is dead after Libra announcement, etc.? No, I don't actually. I don't think it's dead. Libra, we've got to remember Libra is not, if it comes out, is not coming out till 2020. Yes, obviously they're talking about it, they've got everything out there in the open just now, but it's not coming out till 2020, if they get it out in 2020 as well. So there's a big kind of furore over nothing just now. There's a big furore over an idea. And it is an idea, obviously they're putting it into place just now, but there's nothing there. There's nothing fundamentally to show for it. So I think Pundi X, it's tough to get their arse in gear. They've got 6 months to do a lot more stuff and stake their claim, put their claim in the ground before it can even kind of it needs to get embedded in. So it's still got 6 months. So I don't think it's dead. I don't think any of the projects are dead because of Libra. And I still think Libra's good for the overall cryptocurrency, and it's going to get rid of a lot of the shitcoins out there. It really is. So I think from that point of view, it's good. From the point of view of bringing in more people, it's good as well. But we've got to remember it's not even out yet. There's nothing there. There's nothing there at all. Ben Taylor, I'm late, very late. Love to all sharks. Good to see you, Benton. Somebody's saying hi, VR. Where is VR? Did I miss VR? Imran, mystery analyst word is word that is used by the media. Be careful. Yeah. Debbie Clayton, Jason read somewhere that some analysts believe XRP true market cap to be 6 billion, not 18. It affects it from rising. Have you heard this, Steve? I haven't heard it, but you're going to get analysts on the other side of the fence and saying they should be worth 100 billion. You're going to get other analysts saying it should be worth nothing. So analysts, what are analysts? If you ask that question, we are analysts. We are analyzers. Obviously, we're not professional. We don't get paid for it. So that's the difference between an analyst. You get Twitter analysts as well who are quoted in the news all the time as well. So it just depends on what side of the fence you're on. But if I'm wrong, and it's going to be a kind of spectacular wrong, I think, if I am wrong with XRP, we'll know soon enough by the end of 2019. We'll know soon enough if I'm totally wrong in XRP. And I could be, and I have to concede that, I could be totally wrong. Am I being objective? No, I'm not being objective because I've got that confirmation bias. I'm looking for the good news on XRP to justify the trade that I've made or to justify the investment that I've made in XRP. I just think, just looking at it from a fundamental point of view and trying to be as objective as possible, looking at it from the fundamentals, I just think it cannot not fail. I know that's a double negative. I was speaking about that in the admin group the other day, but it cannot not fail. I just don't see how it can. But I concede that I could be totally and utterly wrong about XRP. And if you're in XRP just now, it's probably better not being, if you're a trader, it's probably better not being in XRP so you can trade the other tokens like NAS, for example. Nebulas, you could have been trading that and been up 10-20%. And the other ones as well. Using 3 to 6 strategy, you could be doing that. I could be doing it, I just might miss the rise of XRP. So I'm willing to hold, I'm willing to put that on the line and just say that I just think it's fundamentally going to rise. But we'll need to wait and see, but I have to concede that could be totally wrong. The patience of holding DEN seems to be paying off as the price keeps creeping up. This is the thing as well. Back in 2018, hodling was not a good strategy. Hodling back in 2018, it means you bought near the top already and then hodled. No, that wasn't a good strategy. Hodling now could be a good strategy with the right projects, of course. So now it's a question of which projects should you get into. That's a question now, and then hodling, because they're at such low values just now, they're going to go up in value if it's a good project, if it's a good team, if it's got a good use case scenario, if it's got a good product, if it's got things going on, they're sticking to the timeline and everything else. If that is all good, then this is just accumulating for the kind of eventual rise. So it's a rise of the alts, and they're going to be coming. So yeah, so I think hodling is not a bad strategy, depending on the coin that you're choosing, obviously, or the projects that you're choosing. What else can I see? We're nearly finished. We're just a couple of minutes over. I think ADA was past $32 in 2025. Yep, let's see if we can have a look at energy coins. Sorry, I'm just kind of run out of time, Gino. Wolf on the day to RSI stochastic XRP has come to rise. It will go up soon. I do believe it will. We'll just need to wait and see. Realistically, if I make it good on all the promise, which is showing $5 is on. XRP is a bigger supply and hit $3, so ADA has a great chance. ADA has a brilliant chance. Cardano has a really good chance. If I wasn't in XRP, I would just put everything into Cardano, but that would be an investment, not a trade. Next level on pivot points is 57 cents. I think Steve is not shilling, he is talking cents. Thanks for that, Wolf. Honest Crypto Journey, own trade with Renko just now. Excellent, Stuart. Excellent. Barbara Taylor, good logic. Imran. Absolutely, Wolf. RL. If any Ron Paul fans here, drop $10 worth of BTC on the RPC. I don't think you'll regret it. RL. XRP, we have to wait. We go down much more. Wait, we'll go down much more. So you think it's going to go down? Well, I think 4,000 is the level for XRP before, if we kind of go to the weekly. And we're getting to those levels. So we have to, if it drops below this, then I'll be getting worried. So we're talking about 4,000. That's the level. So that'll be a double bottom. And this is from September 2018. So it'll be a double bottom there. And it should bounce up. This is a kind of support line. I'm not saying it should bounce up from there, but this is a support line. If it doesn't, and it keeps on going through that, down into 3,000 Satoshis, then I'll be looking at it and going, it's kind of a wee bit worrying now. Why is this kind of happening? But yeah, but I do concede I could be totally wrong on XRP, and it's definitely not financial advice. XRP weekly looks seriously dangerous. We'll just go into, that is a weekly, yeah. So, no, I wouldn't necessarily say that, but it looks as if it's going to hit 4,000 again. And if it does go through, that's what I was saying, if it does go through that, then I'd be getting worried if it got below the 4,000 Satoshi level. But as I said, this is not one for trading just now. You just would not be trading this and for it to go up. You could be shorting it, obviously, and making a lot of money on XRP if you'd shorted it from the crossover on the weekly, 8,000, even more on the daily. So, but if we look at this as well, see here, this is what I was talking about. It kind of hit that 4,000 back in September, and then almost immediately kind of went up, and it went up that 182%. Now I'm not looking for a rise just of 182%. I'm thinking there's a bigger rise on the cards here than 182%. I wouldn't be holding it this long or accumulating it this long if I thought it was only going to be 182%, but it'd be a nice start. So it doesn't look brilliant, Jimbo. Potential for a big red candle at any moment, or a bounce, I suppose. Yeah, I think that's it. Double bottom, so like TRX go up, I go for XRP, not before. Mark Pollen. Excellent. Okay, so a lot to think about here. A lot to think about, but don't be, if you're in the alts just now, don't be despondent. It is going to come back. It's just a matter of when it's going to come back. BTC USD, we'll go back to that and just have a look what's happening just now. 10,850, so we're going back up again. So we can see here, this is on the 4 hourly. We're hitting that 7 EMA and bouncing off that. It's been doing that all the way up, actually. It could be a good indicator. Okay, I'm going to leave it there just now and wish you all a good day, and thank you for joining me. Really appreciate it. If you can join us in the free group, there's a link down below in the Telegram group, for the Telegram group and the free group. If you're in the premium, obviously you don't need to join that, but you can obviously as well. And that would be brilliant. If you can do that and hit the like button as well, that would be fantastic. Okay, until next time, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo.